Others who were not able to participate can view it after the fact. Why don't we go ahead and do some quick introductions? Let's see. Dave, why don't we start with you?
Okay, I'm Dave Anderson. I'm the member of the Albuquerque Del Norte Rotary Club.
And?
Sorry?
Incoming DG.
Soon to be inducted.
Well, yeah, I'm the DG elect, okay?
Got it.
For 5 more days.
That's right.
No, actually, for about 6-7 more hours.
Well,
We had a debate about that earlier, just so you know.
yes. Okay, let's see. Past District Governor Dick Jones.
Good morning. I'm Dick Jones, past district governor, served in 2009, 2010, and I am a member of the Rotary Club of Santa Fe.
Awesome, thank you. Ronnie?
Yeah, my name's Ronnie Wright. I'll be the president on July 1st of Las Cruces Rio Grande Rotary Club.
Excellent, thank you. Alberto?
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Alberto Serrano, and I'm a member of the Rotary Club of Paso Camino Real. And this is I'm going to start my 2nd year already.
Fantastic. Suzanne?
Hi, I'm Suzanne Kennedy, and I'm a member of the Santa Fe Centro Rotary Club.
Excellent, thank you. And Christy?
I'm Christy Dickerson. I'm a member of the Carlsbad Rotary Club.
Awesome. And I'm going to turn it over to Cheryl to introduce herself and start the program.
Thank you, Jeff. My name is Cheryl Saavedra, and I'm currently the Lieutenant Governor for the East Action Team on the southern part of the state. I am a member of Pecos Valley Rotary, and I've been a member of Rotary for about 14 years. And I'm not sure what Dave did to me, but somehow Dave managed to get me to agree to be membership chair. And I just, I'm not sure what I got myself into, but I'm a full-time practicing lawyer. This is my law office. And so I'm going to do the best I can in the time period that I have to try and present information to you. With respect to membership, our prior membership chair was Kathy Williams, who actually Jeff and I were trying to figure out how long Kathy had been membership chair. And we were thinking that she had been membership chair since Bruce Bortner was membership chair before Rio Grande Academy started, which would be about, what, 6 years?
7 years.
Dick, do you know?
I think it's been about 4 years.
Yeah. I had 3 to 4. Yeah.
3 to 4 years. Okay. Well, Kathy obviously knows membership up one side and down the other, and she's been very helpful to me in terms of getting information out and locating information. Membership is a very specialized part of Rotary, and as Dave indicated, it's sort of the crux of everything that we do. Everything that we do in public service, everything that we do in clubs, everything we do district-wide, everything we do internationally has some base in membership. So please feel free to interrupt me with any questions. And I have 2 things that I'm going to sort of toggle back and forth. One of which is, for purposes of these assemblies, we've been focusing on the manuals that are available on myrotary.org. And thank you to Jeff, who has trained us all, hopefully very well, to be able to present screens. So I'm going to hit this share my screen, and so you should be able to lose me, and I'm going to take you to myrotary.org. In a perfect world. Oh, here we go. I got it. Okay, so can you see myrotary.org?
Not yet.
Nope.
Cheryl, by the way, don't feel embarrassed. Jeff's been trying to teach me repeatedly, and I still don't know how to do it.
Okay, so you got it now?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so basically what these assemblies have sort of focused a little bit on the publications that Rotary.org provides members, district chairs, and whatnot in order to be able to obtain the information that we need in order to do our jobs. So the manual that I'm working from is the Membership Committee Manual, and I want to show you how to find it on Rotary.org, because I've also done a slideshow that condenses a little. It's actually a 3-chapter manual, and so it's difficult to get through the whole thing, so I've just pulled out the highlights in a PowerPoint, but I want to show you how to find it. So here we are on Rotary.org, My Rotary. If you do not have a My Rotary account, it is absolutely essential if you are in any type of leadership position, either at the club level or at the district level. And here you're going to see your learning and reference. And all of these are basically just drop down. So you'll see here that I'm logged on with my email. So you should feel free to go ahead and, well, actually you wouldn't be able to unless you split your screen. But we're going here to learning and reference, and we're learning by topic. And here are all the, Erin Birch before me did the, let's see, she did the projects, I think. So we're going to go into membership here under learn by topic. Except for my computer's slow for some reason. And you'll see that this page just gives you a plethora of information, including audio, video, and lots of different materials. Everything here that's in your hyperlink, you can find available based on the subject that it's presenting. And so if you go down the page, it's going to list your resources and reference. And so we're actually going to be operating off of this manual right here. Lead your club membership committee. And I want you guys to be able to find this after we're done, because it has lots of useful information. I will also share my PowerPoint with Jeff, and he can email that to whoever is interested, because it just pulls out the very relevant information and leaves a bit of the rhetoric there so that you can get through it quickly and highlight what it is that you're working on.
Cheryl, because you opened the PDF file, we're not seeing it. You can do a new share to bring it up.
Do you see it now?
No. I think you have to do the new share.
Okay.
And then share the PDF real quick.
There it goes. Did it share?
Not
Can
yet.
you see these two gentlemen in blue?
There we are. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the Lead Your Club Membership Committee, the 2016-2019 edition. That is basically the how-to book for club membership at the local level. And you'll see if, while we're going through these pages, that this is actually 3 chapters long, 16 pages. And so, as I said, I've condensed it for purposes of this presentation. But if you'll print this and keep this as a manual for yourself, and if you will make a copy of it and make it available to your committee membership committee, it has lots of good information on it, lots of good ideas in it. So let's go to my PowerPoint. Okay, so you should be able to see my PowerPoint.
Not yet. You have to do the new share again if you haven't already.
See, I said that you taught me everything. The question is am I listening? I don't think I'm listening. Here we go. How's that?
No, that's still the book.
New share.
Yep.
There it is. Yep. Okay.
Okay, awesome. Okay, good. Okay, so one of the first thing that you want to consider is what is your job as club membership committee? And so primarily, as the chair, you need to educate your club members on that it's everybody's responsibility in a club to recruit members. It's an awesome job. It's an awesome responsibility for the membership committee chair to be the only person responsible in your club in terms of recruiting people. So it's very, very important for you to have a committee. As lieutenant governor, I was lieutenant governor for 3 years, assistant governor for 2 years. And one of the things that I learned during that time period is there are very few clubs, at least particularly here on the southern part of the state, that have either a committee chair or a recruitment and retention type of committee, a membership committee. And basically, you have a board, and that board operates it. I think Aaron was talking about that a little bit in terms of service projects, that a lot of the clubs do not have a service project chair per se. The service projects are just run as a subcommittee of the particular board. But to the extent that you can designate certain members of your club that are responsible for membership, I think that's really the best option, and that's what this pamphlet emphasizes. So your job as membership committee chair is to educate your club members on how to attract new members and how to keep them involved. The materials indicate that you want to conduct classification surveys to, and I added to ensure diversity there. Rotary used to put lots of emphasis on classification. We don't actually do that anymore, but I believe that the reason this material still contains it is because you want to make sure that your club is diverse. You don't want to have 50 lawyers in your club or 50 doctors or 50 accountants.
You don't want any lawyers in your club.
Well, luckily, for my club, we have about 5 lawyers in our club. And so I think it certainly makes us the superior club. But so when it says you want to conduct classification surveys, the point of that is really just to know who your club members are and to make sure that you are sort of spreading the wealth in your community, because you want a wide range of participation, because you're drawing from your club members in order to make that club successful within the community. And if you limit your club members to a particular profession, then you're just limiting your capabilities.
Cheryl, I might add that we've found it helpful because just in a quick overview of classification, to find holes where we have no one represented. It gives some ideas to people on, oh, I never thought about asking my dentist, or I never thought about asking the garbage collector, or whatever, you know.
That's a good point. And if you know who's in your club and you can pinpoint a particular area that you're lacking, then somebody in your club is likely to have that contact. And then you're looking for direct recruitment, not just generic recruitment. So you want to look at your club's meetings, the projects that you're doing, the activities that your club is doing, and what it offers your new members. Within the myrotary.org, they do have a membership action plan. And so if you want to start someplace base, if you're starting from scratch and you don't really have a protocol for recruitment or retention in your club, developing a membership action plan is really the best place to start. Rotary.org has materials that are tried and true in terms of what is necessary to have optimal recruitment and maintain retention. And there's no point in recreating the wheel. So use the resources that are available to you, including developing that plan. And it's just a good project for your committee to start with. Conduct your club assessments to ensure that membership development and retention efforts succeed. And you can sponsor newly organized clubs in your district if you choose to. Now, as the membership chair, the incoming membership chair, as I've indicated, one of the things that I'm very interested in as the new membership chair is finding new and exciting ways for Rotarians to be a part of the process. And one of those is, here we go. One of those are satellite clubs, e-clubs, developing new clubs through our extension officer. Now, as Dave indicated earlier, your extension officer is the district level committee person who will assist you in sponsoring new clubs, and that's Skip King, and I can give you his contact information. But one of my goals as membership chair is to make Rotary easy. If Rotary becomes too difficult for people to participate in, then they just will not. Everybody has a job, everybody has a family, and everybody has commitments. So one, we have to make it easy for people. We have to make it something that they want to do, that's worth investing their time in. We can't make it obligatory. When you put too much burden on somebody to become a Rotarian or be a Rotarian, then they just simply will elect not to, because it's too much trouble, too much responsibility, too much effort. And it has to be fun. There's no reason why we're going to be involved in Rotary for as long as we have and do everything that we're doing if we're not having fun. If you're not having fun at what you're doing, it's like your job. If you're not enjoying your job, then you need to find a different job. If Rotary is not fun for you anymore, then we're doing something wrong. So, like I said, you want to, I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint here. And I'm going to be good at this before I get to the end of it, Jeff. I promise you.
You're good now.
My screen yet?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. See, I'm moving right along. Selecting your committee members. Again, one of the primary focuses is that know who your members are. When you're developing a membership committee, you may have had a membership prior. One of the things that I discovered when I became membership chair is that there had been no prior district membership committee. And that was because our prior membership committee chair was just so awesome that she just did it all herself. I'm not that awesome, so I'm going to need a district membership committee because I need that kind of help. And so I'm looking forward to going out in the district and pulling in those members that are interested in working on membership at a district level. So you want to look within your club to see if you have a committee already. If you do have a committee, typically those terms, as in all Rotary positions, are 3 years. So you may have a reoccurring board. If not, then you want to start looking within your membership for people who have relevant experience. Do you have people who are employed in professions that would lend themselves to recruiting, marketing, sales, fundraising? Somebody who knows Rotary, somebody who's been in Rotary for a period of time. It's difficult to teach Rotary, to talk about Rotary, if you don't know Rotary, if you don't understand Rotary. Now, I don't want to discourage you from inviting on your membership committee a new member, because I think that new members bring awesome experience to any project because they're excited, they're new, they want to do whatever it is that is going on at the time, and they bring new energy to a club. So not only are you looking for somebody's professional background that might lend themselves to your committee, but you want to find people who are outgoing and who are sociable and who can rally up the troops, if you will. Membership is a very exciting part of what we do district-wide, and it takes a certain personality. I have always said within my club that the persona of our particular club depends on who our president is. Just like the persona of the district will depend on our district governor. If our district governor is boring, Dave, then our district is going to be boring. That's just the way that it operates. So you want to have fun, energetic people that like to get involved, that are very sociable, that are articulate, that can sort of rally people up like your cheerleading team, really.
Jeff, you better
Yes.
find a replacement for me. Even the North Koreans wouldn't accept me.
So I think that based on Dave's reputation, I think we're going to have a fun year. And I don't know what that says about me, but hopefully, I did win the Fun Award one year. Does that give me credibility?
Yes.
Okay, good. Awesome. Okay, so let's go back to my PowerPoint here. Okay, so delegating tasks to committee members.
Cheryl, we're not seeing it yet.
Not yet. I think there's a little bit of a lag time. It takes a little bit to come up. Did it come up?
It did not.
Hey, Cheryl, are you having fun yet?
I'm having fun learning this new technology, that's for sure. Okay,
Okay.
is it there?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. So, as chair, you're going to delegate tasks. So what you might have within your individual committee are subcommittees. Perhaps you'll have a committee member that's in charge of recruitment, and a committee member that's in charge of retention, and a committee member that's in charge of perhaps your satellite clubs or your e-clubs, or a committee member that's in charge of social events that center around recruitment and retention. And you really have, one of the things that we always emphasize is that clubs are autonomous. Do what works for your club, because you know your club the best. So it's very difficult when you're trying to do the entire membership committee job yourself. Recruit as many people as you can, have a good committee, and then put those people in place that are good at what they do to help you get your job done. So what are your ongoing activities and goals that you can infiltrate your committee, your membership committee into? You want to pair new committee members with more experienced one if you happen to have one, if you happen to have prior committee members. You want to encourage them to communicate with their counterparts in other clubs. The Roswell clubs are very good about communicating with each other. We do lots of events together. We go to each other's club meetings. As lieutenant governor, when I'm sharing information, I'm sharing it collaboratively with all three clubs. And I think that that's really sort of helped to bring the camaraderie among those three clubs. You want to make sure that they're aware of district activities and meetings, and that they're sharing individual resources.
Cheryl, can I interject for a second?
Yes.
One thing you alluded to that I think is really important, and we've talked about this in many of the other committee assemblies, is that as you're organizing this group, if that's your responsibility, think or consider the notion that these committees are not working independently of each other. They're not in silos. There's going to be some overlap with service projects and with public relations and all the other committees and activities that the club has going on. So there ought to be kind of, even in the design of what these committees look like, that there's going to be some coordination between them. And I think that's going to make a much more effective structure for your club.
I think so too, and that's sort of what I was alluding to in the beginning, that membership is not, it's not contained within a vacuum. Right. Membership exists in every element of the Rotary Club, at the club level, at district level, at international level. When you're dealing with membership, you're also going to be dealing with service projects. When you're dealing with membership, you're also going to be dealing with the avenues of service. Each of those individual committees have to work in conjunction with each other. And I actually, to be honest with you, Jeff, I really think that's why the board, we have lots of clubs that tend to just operate their committees out of the board.
Yes.
Because all of those people are involved in all of those projects anyway. So it just makes it a convenient forum for them to do that. Let's see, on to the next slide. This talks about attracting new members and just some ideas for attracting new members. You'll see at Rotary.org and My Rotary, there is a ton of information, a ton of resources that give you information on how to attract new members. Certainly this is not a comprehensive list. It's just a short list that I was able to summarize from the material there. But the best way to recruit new members is to start with the alumni in your area. So we get, I haven't actually received them yet because they don't actually start till July 1st, but we get information related to who are former Rotary members who are not Rotary members anymore. So that's always a good place to start, because if they're not, initially they had that interest, they were committed to the organization, and sometimes their lives turn around in ways that make it not possible for them to be a member of Rotary anymore. And they may have not been a member of Rotary for a couple of months, a couple of years, 10 years, but they're always a good source to reconnect with, to see if they're interested in coming back. I have...
Cheryl, one point about, you make a very good point there, Bo. One point is that we find a lot of past members left because work commitments changed and they couldn't make the routine Wednesday lunch or whatever. Great territory to look for people for satellite clubs.
Absolutely. That's the perfect place to start a satellite club. And so if you have a member that's interested in forming a satellite club, you want to make sure that they have access to all of your Rotary alumni, because that's probably your best source. And those people may have changed jobs, changed lives between now and then. Our program alumni are powerful advocates for Rotary potential members and donors and additional resources for service. Develop an action plan for keeping alumni connected. Your club officers can generate names of reports, program details, and contact information. That's all information that's available from Club Runner, and we can pull down those reports that give us that information. Then the names of former members or the names of Rotarians that have moved into our community from other parts of the states or other parts of the nations, and we want to try and make contact with them. You want to encourage your alumni to register with My Rotary so that we can have a way of contacting them. In addition, your club members want to talk to business and community leaders, young professionals, recent retirees, and women in your community. Now, this is just a list of potential potential recruitment audiences. Business and community leaders are a good source for recruiting members. Young professionals are a good source for recruiting members. Recent retirees. Roswell is a big retirement community. We have lots of retirees in our club. We actually have the 3 clubs, and one of them, our largest club, is we call the Old Man Club, because that club is retired. Women. I believe we actually have more women in our club, in our particular club, than men. That has nothing to do with me, Dave, I promise you. Okay. Retaining current members. This is a really important part, I think, of membership recruitment and retention, is if we were able to retain more members, then our recruitment numbers would automatically improve, because then it's like we're fighting a dual battle, trying to keep people in the club and trying to replace the people that leave. So it's not just about recruitment, it's about making sure that we maintain the members that we have and identifying the reasons that we're not maintaining those members. One of the things that we consistently hear is it just wasn't a good experience for them. So it's important for you to be connected with your members to find out what their interests are and what they want the club to do. When people become a member of Rotary, they have a certain expectation of what they think that club is about and what that club is going to do. I don't want to just go to lunch with a bunch of professionals every day. I want to do something. I want to be involved in something. If I'm going to use Rotary as my base for community service, then you have to allow me the opportunity to actually engage in community service. Being a member of Rotary is not community service unless you're actually doing something. Going to lunch once a week does not constitute community service, if you will. So you want to make sure that your members are informed. You want to make sure they're involved. And two, that they're recognized for their contributions. Or actually, I said two, that's actually three. Identifying individual members within your club and what their skill set is an awesome way to recognize your individual members. Let's say we have in our club the editor of our local newspaper. And so we make a point of it to maximize his contacts, his profession, his ability to get our information out. We specifically recruited him. We very specifically wanted the editor of the newspaper in our club for obviously for selfish reasons, but he's been a great contribution. Work with your committee to develop goals and a detailed action plan. We hear that word action plan constantly because it is important in terms of membership. Get your members on board and let them know what they can do to improve the club experience. And let each member know that recruiting is the responsibility of each member. Tim Parker, who is a former district governor, is actually a member of our club. And he's very big on membership. I'm actually trying to get him to be the membership chair of our particular committee, our particular club. I'm not sure that I have convinced him of that yet, but he has lots and lots of ideas for membership. And one of his big ideas is people are professionals first and foremost. Generally, the people who are in Rotary are professionals. And so we want to get a job done. So Tim's idea is to create a program that allows people to accomplish something, because we all want to accomplish something and we want incentives. If we work very hard at our profession, then we make money. If we work very hard at our profession, then we develop our professional reputation. If we work very hard at our profession, then we feel like we help the community. So give Rotarians incentives to develop something. And so we're working with Tim to develop incentive programs. And incentive programs can be as simple as, if you recruit one member per quarter, then you get $100 at the end of the year. You get a Paul Harris at the end of the year. You get 3 free passes. Whatever type of incentive program you want to develop within your club, people love to win something. That's why the raffles in each club are so popular. People love to win. Give them something to win. Combine your membership recruitment and retention with the ability to win, the ability to accomplish, the ability to compete. Really, people love to compete. And I'm really excited about some of the programs that Tim has to create incentive programs for fun. Make it a competition in your club. For example, can you see this? You may not be able to see this very, very well. This is a card, a business card that Tim developed that we print, and every member has, say, 5 of them. Basically, it has our club name on it, and it has the 4-way test. And then on the back of the card, it has an invitation to a free lunch. And so as a member, you write your name where it says member, and you hand these out and you say, please come have free lunch with me. And it's an excellent way for people to take this card with them and put it on their desk and have a weekly reminder of, oh yeah, I want to go to Rotary. Or when they're shifting through their wallet to pull out money to buy lunch, oh yeah, I should have gone to Rotary. When people can see and feel something tangible, then it has a much greater impact on them.
Would you bring one of those with you today for me?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm always looking for a free lunch.
These are other business cards that one of our members printed, and it's something she printed off of her computer because people were always asking her, where can I find information about Rotary? And so we have a Facebook, our club has a Facebook that I maintain. And some of you are friends of our Facebook page, and our Facebook page is friends with 100 other clubs in the district. So we're constantly sharing information back and forth. So it has both our website, it has our Facebook information, and then it has a definition of what Rotary is on the back. And it has our name. Now, she created these for herself because she wanted to be able to give people something tangible. And so I was able to snag one from her. Now, you'll recognize these cards. These cards are available at your shoprotary.org. These are just little cards that we give guest speakers when they come in, that we give our scholarship students, that we give new members. And it has the 4-way test on them. And then on the back, it has the object of Rotary. Again, it's something tangible that people like to see, like they like to hold. I actually got this particular card when I was 14 years ago, when I became a member of Rotary, and I've kept it in my wallet for 14 years. And I happened to pull it out and suggest to the club that they ordered some, and that's how we got these. This is what they look like now. But I have literally carried this business card, this Rotary business card, in my wallet for 14 years. That says something about the tangibleness of what people like to see. We get district pins. When you go to district, they pass out pins constantly. Well, I grab a handful of those pins and I take them back to my club and I give them out. I give them out to students. I give them out to guest speakers. I give them out to whoever I happen to come across. If somebody sees my Rotary pin and they say, that's a nice pin, well, here, you can have it because I have 15 more in my office. So give people something tangible if you can.
She went through all of her slides.
Okay. Let's go back to my PowerPoint here. And I know it's going to take a second to pick up. So you should see a screen that says steps to recruiting and retaining a member.
Yep.
Does everybody see that?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Great. This, in my opinion, is the best part of that membership committee manual. It's very concise, and it's very specific. The steps to recruiting and retaining a member are identify, introduce, invite, induct, inform and orient, and involve. When you present information to your committee or when you present information to your club, if you can do it in a way that makes people remember what it is that we're doing, what is the process that we're doing. I like this particular outline because it's quick, it's concise, it's catchy, and my committee members are gonna remember it because it's the I standard, is what I call it, the I standard. So let's talk about inviting. When you invite a prospective member to join, you wanna make it personal. These cards that I showed you earlier make it personal. It has my name on it. Somebody knows that I individually invited somebody to the club. And then when they come in and they hand the club to our secretary or attendance officer, then the club is able to recognize that I've made that effort by handing out that card. You want to learn that person's interest and expertise and suggest activities or projects that they might interest him and her. In our community, we have the big golf tournament. So if I know somebody that does lots of community service that particularly enjoys golf, well, golf is our big thing. So I say, well, I noticed that you were enrolled in this particular golf tournament. Rotary puts on the largest professional golf tournament in Southeast New Mexico. And we raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for our local community. I'll bet that you would be really interested in helping us with that project. How about you come to a board meeting with me? How about you come to a committee meeting with me? And if you can identify individual aspects of a person's experiences or business or interest that help to make that connection, then it makes them much more interested to join. So in the materials, there are links to how to propose a member, and I'm not going to go through how to propose a member because we don't have that much time, and it's very well outlined in my Rotary, so you're able to go in there and pull down that information. And if there's anything that you're interested in, this PowerPoint, for example, that I don't spend enough time on, that you have any questions on, the very last part of it has my contact information, and I'll be happy to spend as much time with anybody as necessary to get through this. Induction. One of the things that I do as Lieutenant Governor is I sometimes get called by the 17 clubs in my district to do their induction ceremony because lots of clubs make it a very, very big fancy event. I was very excited to see all of the induction and installation ceremonies that were going on Facebook of all of the different clubs that we're connected to, and there have been a ton of them. Very formal, very social type of induction ceremonies, and I think that that's important. It's important for your new board, your new president, your new committee chair, all of those people to be recognized for the effort and the time that they're going to put in. So make it something that they're proud of. Invite their family. In our particular club, our outgoing president gives his board sort of a thank you gift. And it's something simple like a bottle of wine or a gift certificate for dinner. It's just a thank you to say, thank you for serving on my board during my year of presidency. And then the new president comes on, and the new president introduces their new board and their new committee chairs. And we have dinner and we socialize. I do the induction ceremony, and it's a very formal type of induction ceremony. I have one that I developed for the Roswell communities, but there are some online. There's some on Rotary.org. There's a how-to guide. So when you're inducting, this is talking, actually, I think I got off track. This is inducting new members, but really the important part is the ceremonial part of Rotary. Not just inducting new members, but inducting your new board. Having your, what do we call that? Your changeover ceremony is what a lot of the clubs call it. New member orientations, giving your new members something tangible, again, that they can wear. It's very important that you give them the Rotary pin. You want them to wear that on a weekly basis so that they're recognized as a member of Rotary. Our particular club gives away the four-way test framed for everybody to put in their office. That's an important part of the ceremonial process of inducting new members. Inform and orient. When new members come in, you want to make sure that they know what it is that we do. How do they get involved in our club activities and projects? What is our club culture like? What can they expect at meetings? Will we pray? We say the Pledge of Allegiance. We are not a singing club. Roswell Rotary is a singing club. It would be important for a new member to know that this is a singing club, and if you hate singing, maybe you want to go to the Breakfast Club instead. How to create a My Rotary account on Rotary.org. Those are important parts of being a Rotarian. But I found, particularly as a Lieutenant Governor, that the people who work at the district level are very closely associated with Rotary.org and My Rotary. But your average member your average club member is not, and they do not have a My Rotary account. Maybe for a project, you want to have everybody come to a meeting with their laptop or their iPad and make that particular meeting, I've encouraged my club to do this, make that particular meeting a meeting where everybody signs up for myrotary.org, for My Rotary account on rotary.org. So that's something that I've encouraged our president to do. Involve your new members. A member who is involved in your club will want to come, will be less likely to resign, will be less likely to find an excuse not to have to go to your weekly meeting. If I have the choice of being somewhere or the choice of working, I may choose to work because I know I have deadlines. But if I know that somebody's counting on me and I have to be somewhere and somebody is expecting me to say or do something, I will always be there. The best way to retain members in your club is make sure that everybody has responsibility. A sergeant at arms is one of those positions that I don't see a lot in our clubs. It's a great position to have that involves as many Rotarians as possible. I saw one club that had a sergeant at arms that switched every week. So every week had a different sergeant at arms, and you can define how that sergeant of arms operates. For example, maybe they fine people for not wearing their pin. Maybe they pass out tickets. They sell raffle tickets. Whatever it is that you want your sergeant at arms to do, it's a collateral person that gives somebody responsibility within the club to do something so that they'll show up. Everybody's going to show up to the club where it's their week to give the program. There's no way that I'm going to miss the week that it's time for me to give my program because that's my program. I know it's my responsibility to bring somebody. I know it's my responsibility to bring a guest. I know it's my responsibility to say the prayer. When you give club members responsibility, they will follow through because they're not in Rotary just to have lunch. Nobody's in Rotary just to have lunch. You can have lunch anywhere and it's cheaper. So there are lots of options that are available within the membership committee manual to involve members. And I would encourage you to look through them. There's lots and lots of ways to involve members. Next, you want to educate. An educated Rotarian is an effective Rotarian. The thing that I found as a lieutenant governor is that sometimes the clubs and district work in isolation of each other. There's not a lot of club members that know what goes on at the district level. And it was a battle that I fought constantly. And I think because I was a lieutenant governor in my club maybe had more information from the district level than the average club because I was constantly feeding my club with information from the district level. But that's a difficult connection for some clubs to make unless they have their assistant governor or their lieutenant governor in their club or constantly attending their club. They become very separated. So club assemblies are an excellent way to talk about what's going on at the district. What are we doing at the district? Or let's talk about learning a particular subject. Let's have a club assembly on membership. Let's have a club assembly on service projects. And basically club assemblies are where you don't have a guest speaker. It's just a meeting of all of your members where you decide to do something internally. And that internal mechanism can be whatever it is that suits your club at the time. So if you do not have club assemblies, that's an excellent way to make sure that your club members are educated and involved. Club image. Your club image is very important. As we talked about earlier, our club is considered the fun club. We have the old man's club, and then we have what's called the breakfast club. So your club image is the way that you're going to present to the general community. When people talk about joining Rotary in Roswell, they literally talk about our clubs in terms of our club's persona. And I think it's interesting that that occurs. It's the only place that I see it because I'm local and I can see it on a daily basis, but I'm sure that it occurs in lots of different communities. So your club image is important, but along with your club image, you're also working about your Rotarian image. You represent this club, and when you represent this club, we want Rotarians to represent themselves as good, effective, professional members of the community that contribute to the overall well-being of our community. And so your club image is directed by your club members. That's why you have the ability to accept or deny a member based on what they have to contribute to your club. And so encourage members to always be mindful of the information that is being projected to the community in their role as a Rotarian. Okay.
Cheryl, this is Jeff. Can I just interject for a second?
Absolutely.
We started the session about 5-10 minutes after we were supposed to start. And I don't want to rush through this. Can people stay on for another 5 or 10 minutes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm going to try and go through these really quickly. Like I said, I'll email this spreadsheet to this PowerPoint to Jeff, and he can email it out or he can put it on the YouTube. But like I said, it's just the same membership committee manual that's on my Rotary.org, just condensed for purposes of presentation.
Yeah, this is great, Cheryl. So go ahead and take another 5 or 10 if the participants are okay with that.
Awesome. Okay, so sponsoring new clubs is a whole class in and of itself. So I'm going to sort of pass that by, except for to say that Skip King is our extension officer, and Skip King is the person in the district who is responsible for starting new clubs. And there's a very specific process for starting new clubs. And we want to encourage always the installation of new clubs, not only regular clubs, but satellite clubs, e-clubs, auxiliary clubs, interact clubs, Rotaract clubs. And that, as membership chair, that's something that I really want to concentrate on this year. So I'm going to move past sponsoring a new club.
Can you bring back your PowerPoint?
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay. This talks about budget. Again, if you don't have an individual membership committee, you may not have an individual line item for membership. If you do not have an individual line item in your club budget for membership, I would encourage you to meet with your board and ask them to allocate to you a budget each year for that purpose. When you know that you have money to spend, you'll spend it. And knowing that you have money to spend on particular projects that are directed towards membership recruitment and retention gives your committee motivation to find the most effective ways to spend that money that brings the most beneficial use to your particular club. So contact your board and see if you have a budget. If you don't have a budget, then make a proposal to your board to be allocated a budget for recruitment and retention purposes. And then define what you want to spend that money on. It may be something as simple as buying the cards that I showed you earlier, or it may be something as simple as making sure that everybody has a name tag, or everybody has a pen, or everybody has business cards, or that you do some advertising. or that you have a social event, a membership drive, if you will. Let's say that you want to have an event on a Saturday at a park and you want to serve free hot dogs to anybody who's interested. That's what you would use your budget for. So there are lots of support resources that I think that will make your job a whole lot easier. For example, anybody who is serving at the district level has a plethora of information on membership. Your district governor, of course, is your expert on membership. You have your lieutenant governors, that's a position that's unique to our district or very few districts. Your assistant governor, Jeff, is your district trainer. Jeff is probably the most intelligent person in Rotary thus far as I'm concerned. And if I need something, I go to Jeff first, because he has that. He's just a smart guy. Let me just say that. Okay.
I call it Gestalt.
Other club committee chairs and past club committee chairs. Again, if you have had a prior membership committee, that's the first place to start. If you haven't, then access your past president, because they're going to know what you've done and what you haven't done. One of the things that I always encourage the boards to do is to have a successive board. If you start with a new board every time, then you have no history of your club. A successful club doesn't depend, but is, you draw from the history of your club. If your club has traditionally done something that has been effective, then it's important for you to have that information. If your club has tried something that it was wholly ineffective and caused discord within your club, then it's important for you to know that. Access the historians in your club to provide that kind of information as to what has worked and what hasn't. You, of course, have your district membership chair, which is myself, your district extension committee chair, which is Skip King, your various other coordinators within Rotary, club and district support representative, and your Rotary Support Center, which is your Rotary International. There are a ton of publications on myrotary.org that are available. I, as assistant governor, lieutenant governor, and the incoming district membership chair, have not even had a chance to go through the massive amounts of information that is available there. Use your search engine in order to find something very specific, or just peruse the directory and see what's available out there. And a lot of the information is free. Some of the pamphlets cost, but they're very inexpensive, like they're $1 or $3 or $2. That would be something that you would access from your membership committee budget. Is that Dave trying to talk? Here, these are just a few that I wanted to point out. Strengthening your membership, creating your membership development plan, on how to propose a member, your new member orientation. I think new member orientations are very important. What's Rotary? That's the wallet size card that I was showing you earlier, and your Rotary newsletter. These are discussion questions that you can present to your committee. So that you can define what your goals are. What is it that you want to do? What is your plan to attract new members? What is your plan to keep members engaged? How are you going to keep the new members informed and included? And then finally, here's my contact information. You can feel free to contact me by cell phone at any time. Email me. I'm in Albuquerque all the time. I'm, for the most part, at any district event, and I will try and make myself as available as possible. If I cannot answer your question, then I know who can. I can track down Kathy who can, or I can track down Jeff who can. For example, I did not know who our district extension officer was, so I sent out an email and I got 5 responses within less than 24 hours. That's how willing people are within our community to be able to share information.
Well, you need to, and he should be on your committee, as perhaps probably your first person on your district committee.
Skip,
Yes, he works for
Yes.
you.
for sure. Yes.
I may not know that yet, but he does.
Well, I'll definitely make sure that he knows that. If he's going tonight, I'll corner him.
So we have a couple of minutes. Are there any questions or things that you all want to share from your club experiences regarding membership?
Yeah, I would like to say Fred Bryant was here, and I'm sorry if I hadn't muted my microphone. Fred is here helping us set up for tonight, and one of the things he mentioned was that, you know, people are getting desensitized to the question of membership. And the thing that is sort of stuck in my mind over the last couple of years, be it correct or not, is that we have not made membership a personal thing. What we have done is we've made membership, hey, we should get members. We have not said, hey, Dave Anderson, you're a member of Rotary. Think of why you joined Rotary and get people and invite people to come as your guest. And really, that's what I'd like to drive this year, is the personal approach. And Fred is right here. You can
Hey,
see
Fred.
Hey!
Hi, Fred.
Get that lower, Fred. Yeah, get that
Here's
lower.
that torso I was telling you about, Cheryl.
But I also want to make it fun. And Cheryl, I'm gratified. I'm surprised to see you're well organized. Run with it.
What do you mean you're surprised to see I'm well organized? I'm a lawyer. That's an oxymoron.
The old FedEx commercial. No, I'm kidding. But what I'm saying is that we have a wonderful group of people working, volunteers at district level. And what I want is for each of the major chairs to understand that, and I hate to use the word fiefdom, but it's their fiefdom. I'm not going to interfere. I will help where I can, and I welcome people calling me and making suggestions or asking me to do things. One of the things, of course, that I want to do is I want people to support that project and social calendar that's now been put on our website so I can see. But each of us has a responsibility to the membership area, and I want each of us to help Cheryl in coordinating and developing the membership. Our long-term goal is to reach at least 3,500 members again, because we had that a few years ago and membership has dropped down. It dropped to 2,500, and now we're back a little bit above that. So Cheryl, run with it. The best comparison I can make is I expect you to be like a mad dog and chasing everybody. Good luck to you. And I thank the other people who joined. And if you'll excuse me, I do need to leave. So God bless everyone. And thank you very much for your help. And
Bye,
drive,
Dave.
Cheryl.
We'll see you, Dave. I'll see you tonight.
Okay, drive safely,
I will.
everybody.
Final questions?
No questions, but thank you. Very good information.
Awesome. I'll send my PowerPoint to Jeff, and he can forward it to whoever's interested in it.
I will send it to everyone, as well as a survey on how this assembly went, including the technology. So,
Great.
all right, folks. Thank you very much for participating, and have a great rest of your Saturday.
Thank
Okay,
you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.